Hello there, Adam Bazalgette here, founder of Scratch Golf Academy. Today, simple tips to pure those irons, even if you're just starting out at the game. Got some simple motion, visual-oriented tips I think would help any player, but especially a new golfer. Well, the golf club is essentially just a great big long, 3-foot long, if you like, hammer. My job as the golfer is to apply pressure to the back of the golf ball. Now, most golfers come way too much down on it to do that properly. Creates a lot of problems. Let's look briefly at me in slow motion so we'll show you a little bit about this. Then I think some clear and simple drills to help you master this.
So here's my swing in slow motion. Nice backswing there. Now I don't immediately attack the ball going straight at it. I let the club swing down to the side of the body along quite near the right elbow, if you like, right hip, not attacking the ball. So ultimately I'm swinging down my body line and pretty level to the ground there to apply pressure to the very back of the ball.
This is a little teaching tool I have at the Golf Academy here at Club at Mediterra, and I use it with people, and it's pretty interesting. When you put this in their hands and they hold it like a golf club, it's a zero lofted wooden mallet. It's a bit delicate, so you don't want to whack full shots. And I say, can you make a ball roll along the ground and go that way? Almost never does someone do that. In every case that I've seen, save a few, they're coming in very much this way because they know with no loft, I have to hit the back of the ball to make this work. Now, let's start applying that feel. Remember, if you can do something fairly instinctively without a lot of coaching, such as make the mallet move the ball along the ground, the germ of the correct golf movement is in there if you can just bring it out. So now we're going to take, I've got an 8-iron, and I'm just going to make some brush marks along the ground, starting a little behind where the ball would be, a little beyond it. Now I'm going to start to tuck my head with me, give a little finish. This will give you the sense of where we're going. Now we'll hit some small shots. And again, mallet, in this case a golf club, a mallet with some loft, level, tiny strokes. Like so. Good contact, not a priority at this point. Developing the right angle into the golf ball back of the ball is. If you had a wall here and you had to hammer a nail into it, obviously a shorter object. I haven't seen anybody that would do this. You'd all, if you had any sense of it, get your spine cocked this way and drive it in that way. That's what top-notch golfers look like. You never see great players hitting like this as you see so many people do. So again, to help you hammer at the back of the golf ball, you need a little shift forward of your hips and a little bit of consequent tilt back of your spine. Weight certainly over there. Cultivate that feeling. That's what we're trying to get here. There's my nice level spot there. Now, in order to get really crisp contact and of course to develop a lot more speed, there's a missing variable. Let's have a close-up look, then we'll tackle that. So this is an 8-iron here, and unlike the mallet, I have loft on the club now, so I can make solid contact that way, but not so much this way. I need a little bit of forward shaft lean or target with shaft lean at impact and a little pinch to get solid contact. So now we're going to try to take that little mini stroke we did where we brush the ground, but add a little bit of wrist cock and a little bit of pop. Picture, if you will, let's go back to our hammer. If you're tapping a nail in, or say it's hard wood, you've got to give it a little bit of a pop to get it in there. Start to add a little bit of that in. Let's feel it here. That's the idea. You'll notice I pop the ground just beyond contact. That's what we're looking for. Now, the basic motion pattern, as we're showing you, brushing the carpet, the side tilt involved in hitting a nail into the wall, etc., isn't really that difficult if you just get away from the ball and work on it. But the skill that will allow you to make solid contact is, going back to the hammer analogy, I know how to hammer a nail. Looks about like someone that's a carpenter. I know they use those automatic guns these days, but you look at someone that's for years been doing that, they'll hit the middle of that nail with the middle of that hammer a lot more than I will. It's called practice, okay? So you got to work on that. Let's do another one. Different scales. There we are, able to pop down on it, take a little divot in front of the ball. Let me show you close up what I would do at home if I was you, or away from the ball at any rate, to build skill. So we're going to use the ball as a reference. This is where the imaginary ball would be. Here's my rub along the carpet. You can do this at home or on the range. Now I'll add a bit of wrist cock. I'm starting to tap the ground where I want to be. Want to tap it just beyond the ball right there. Starting to get a feel for it. This time I'll miss the ground. Just feel. This time too far behind the ball. This time back to where I want it. I'm just starting to develop some feel and some skill. You can do it in minutes a day. So let's do it at different scales. Here's the one without the wrist cock. mallet to the back of the ball, or club in this case to the back of the ball. Here it is with a little bit more wrist cock, etc., etc. Building skill. How about you could even do one, we just showed you this variable on the carpet or on the ground at home. How about we do one, let me hit a shot here, or attempt it at any rate. I'll try to do everything conventionally, but kind of top the ball. In other words, I'll do everything normally, but feel it's a little bit high. Let's try it. There it is, topped it along the ground. The only reason I can do that is just I have more feel than most people, because I've spent more time, or wasted more time, if some people would think of it, doing that sort of stuff. So play around, gain skill. When you struggle, go back to the small stuff, brush it out there, don't worry about contact, then start to add some pop, scale it, mix and match it. You start to be a good iron player in no time. You'll have some pure strikes.